It's time to learn, repair, and maintain everything coffee. Instructional videos brought to you by WholeLatteLove.com.
Hi, Todd with Whole Latte Love. We have Mark behind the camera.
So Todd, we're going through descaling at Gaggia Accademia.
Yeah, that's a pretty important thing to do.
And why is that?
Well, there's a lot of small areas inside the boilers and other spots where minerals and calcium can build up. And it's really important that doesn't happen. If that does, you'll be sending the machine in for service. And it's going to cause a nightmare. So
It's like changing the oil in a car, right? I mean, it's very, very important.
yeah, and with that, it's usually simple because you have somebody else do it.
Yeah, right.
Not everybody, I know that.
Yeah.
So those that do, I don't mean to embarrass you or to insult you.
Right.
But this is very easy to do. We're going to show you the process for doing it. It takes roughly an hour to do.
But the machine takes you right through the whole thing.
Yeah,
Tells you exactly
yeah.
what
The
it is.
screen will walk you through everything, so you can't make a mistake. We're just going to get it going, and we'll show how it works.
But there are a couple key things to know, right? And a couple ways that you can really extend the time between descalings, if you want.
Yes. One thing we have found that using the water filter, the Intenza Plus water filter, really extends the amount of time between descaling.
Maybe
So-
even as much as double.
Double,
the
yep.
time, right?
And also, there's a water hardness setting in here, which we can show you,
Yeah.
which we highly recommend that you set that where it's supposed to be. So water settings, water hardness, and this one's set for 2. So set that where it should be for your machine. The machine came with a water hardness test strip, so use that. So it's 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Really easy to do.
Okay.
And that makes a big difference. I mean, depending on your water hardness, really affects the time you need.
Yeah, because
between
the
descaling.
machine will know from that when it tells you to descale.
Right. And
So it'll remind you so you can't forget.
And scale is just its mineral buildup in those little passages.
Correct.
So okay.
Okay,
So
now
how do we do it?
without further ado, we go where the gears are, push that, send it down to maintenance settings, hit OK, go down to descale cycle. That shows there's 101 liters left before this one has to be descaled.
We're going to go a little soon,
Correct.
and that's okay.
Yeah. Start descale. Well, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the craft off, get that out of the way. Also, pull this off. We'll get this out of the way.
Yeah.
We
You don't
we
really want to run descaler through
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you have a lot more pressure coming out of here, and it could back up. So,
Okay.
get out of the way. So we'll hit OK. Refill water tank with descaling solution. Okay.
Okay.
Water tank is full already.
Yeah. And we've got the Gaggia descaler here that's meant for use in this machine.
Yep. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
And we have links to that in the video here or on the description. So you just pour that in pretty easy. Okay.
Okay. So we did that. So we push OK. Easy drip tray placed under the brew group. Okay. We'll make sure the drip tray's is empty. It's a good idea to open the machine up. Make sure this drip tray is empty. There's your dredge drawer. Don't really care too much about that, but this is already empty.
Okay.
So we'll hit OK. It's all good to go. Fill the craft halfway with fresh water, and we'll put it back in.
You nailed the halfway on that. by the way.
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
Hit OK. Oh. Push that over. Hit OK.
So you have to have the craft
Yeah.
over like that.
And move
Okay.
that over.
Just gonna run some water through there as well.
Yeah. Place container under the spouts. Hit OK.
So we've got a container there that can kind of catch from all 3 areas. So it's gonna run water through all 3 at some point.
So now it starts.
Now it starts.
Now some of the hints during the process of all this, it's gonna tell you to refill the water reservoir. Do not fill the water reservoir while it's actually in the descaling cycle. So if you were to, you'll go open this up and pour water in. Wait till it tells you to do it. Otherwise, it'll keep going through this the cycle over and over and over. It will not stop. The machine measures when it's out of water. It knows it, and then when you refill it, it starts the next step. If you keep adding water, it won't know that it ever ran out.
Right, right, okay. So now it's just a game of it doing its thing here for a while. You'll get an update in the display here.
Yep.
And you can, if you want, you can pause it
Okay, so you can take your container, empty it, put it back,
and then just
then hit play
the
again.
play button.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it'll run through the cycle.
So we're not going to sit here and make an hour-long video about this. We're going to jump ahead quite a bit. Once the descaling process is started, you can pause it at any time by pressing the pause button. Pausing allows you to empty containers used to catch the descaling solution and rinsing water. If you have a container large enough to hold the entire volume of the machine's water reservoir, you can allow the process to run unattended. If using a smaller container, you'll need to empty it from time to time. After running through the descaling solution, you will be prompted to remove, rinse, and refill the water reservoir. It takes 2 to 3 refillings of the reservoir to completely rinse the machine. And as Todd mentioned, do not add rinse water to the reservoir until the machine tells you to do so. From time to time, the machine may prompt you to empty the internal drip tray. After rinsing is complete, the machine will heat up and do a short final rinse of the coffee spout with hot water. When that finishes, descaling is complete and the machine will return to a ready-to-use state. All right, so the descaling's all finished, Todd. What should people remember about descaling in general?
Going to have me for the things that we have to remember.
Yeah.
I like that. Set your water hardness setting.
Use the strip.
Yep. Get that set so you'll know when it's time to descale. It's accurate. Use the Gaggia descaler. And the filter is always a good thing. The Gaggia intensive filter.
And it's
It's you don't have to descale as much. Keep your machine cleaner inside.
yeah.
And then when you put your container on here, since you may be walking away when it's doing the descaling process, make sure you have one big enough that it won't overflow. And always wait for the machine to tell you to fill the reservoir before you fill it.
Right.
That's another thing. And when you're done and you're putting your spouts back on, when you put them on, put it on so that they line up nice and smooth and flush across the front here. That's actually pretty important.
Yeah.
So do that. And when it tells you to empty the drip tray, there's a reminder, it doesn't mean the drip tray up front, it means the drip tray on the inside.
Right. And we showed that a couple
Yep,
times.
that one there.
All right.
So that's how to descale your Gaggia Academia.
Hey, why not subscribe now for easy free access to more videos on everything coffee, brought to you by WholeLatteLove.com. It's time to learn, repair, and maintain everything coffee. Instructional videos brought to you by WholeLatteLove.com.
Hi, Todd with Whole Latte Love. We have Mark behind the camera.
So, Todd, we're going through descaling at Gaggia Academia.
Yeah, that's a pretty important thing to do.
And why is that?
Well, there's a lot of small areas inside the boilers and other spots where minerals and calcium can build up. And it's really important that doesn't happen. If that does, you'll be sending the machine in for service. And it's going to cause a nightmare. So
It's like changing the oil in a car, right? I mean, it's very, very important.
yeah, and with that, it's usually simple because you have somebody else do it.
Yeah, right.
Not everybody, I know that.
Yeah.
So those that do, I don't mean to embarrass you or to insult you.
Right.
But this is very easy to do. We're going to show you the process for doing it. It takes roughly an hour to do.
But the machine, like,